This is where it gets interesting, because you can see those lovely custom twin otters here with the Sky Van liveries on, which do make the real flight. So that looks absolutely fantastic. The interior of the hangars in Superspuds is amazing. Hello Flight Sim fans, and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. So for the third time we are back at Land's End Airport here in the southernmost tip of the United Kingdom, and this one's going to be a bit different. This is kinda a viewer request video, if you like. I've had a lot of recommendations and requests through my social media and YouTube comments to do this video, so there must be a lot of interest in it. So hopefully you guys get to see this one. It is going to be comparing a freeware scenery of Land's End Airport to the UK update version. So I have done a old scenery version, the old scenery that was present in the simulator from the start versus Superspud's freeware. That was possibly a couple of months back now, and a couple of days ago I did a Land's End original scenery, as I say, when it first shipped as the simulator in August 2020 to the UK updated version of the airport, and that was a couple of days ago. You can see that in my video section. But now it's time to check out the UK update version with Superspud and help with Skell 300's creation of this airport, Land's End St Just Airport. It is going to be a bit different. The presentation of this video, it won't be as simple as me checking out the UK update version and then going into the freeware one and then going into a montage. I did think about doing that, but I think what's going to happen is I'm going to be showing you kind of an intro and then an outro, but in the middle you're going to see some before and afters with my commentary over it to see how that works and see how you guys think that works, and possibly if I should run with it on my normal freeware and payware videos. So with all that being said, let's jump into the two versions and see what's changed. I'll be going into detail about specific things like the texture in some places, details that have been left out in one particular scenery and obviously present in another one. I'll try and be as detailed as possible with this. I know that a lot of you are interested in seeing what's being included in both sceneries, so let's get to it. Throughout the montage section of this video, you will see text coming up on screen just like it is now. It will show you which is the updated the UK updated version rather, and the freeware. I won't keep it on screen all the time though. I think it gets distracting if I leave text on all the way through. So just for your information, the freeware version, Superspuds version, is on the bottom and the UK update version is on the top. But already you can see the differences on each scenery as we go into this montage and get a bit closer into the detail. Zooming over the top here, you can see the buildings especially have a different scale to them in each version. Certainly I would imagine the UK updated version is more true to life than the freeware one. But with that being said, there is a lot to take away from each scenery, especially those twin otters inside those open hangars on Superspud's version. Don't they look fantastic? And the car park in Superspud's version to the left here, as we zoom over the top, looks, I think, more detailed. But again, I'll leave it up to you. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Over the top of the runway here, you can't notice it, but the freeware version has a runway gradient to it, more true to life. So there's actual bump and kind of dip in the runway on this particular runway. The texturing though is more true to life on the UK updated version. Google Maps will show you that the colour of the runway does match the UK updated version more than the freeware one. But again, I'd rather have that runway gradient, to be honest. Over the top here you can see little details that Superspud put into a scenery, like the static trucks and lorries and the vans on the outskirts. You can also see the outer perimeter fence, the outer perimeter fence more on the freeware version, but again, that's not really going to be a massive difference. Again, you can see the colour of the runway is different to the one above. This is great because you can see the differences in the car park texture, and also coming up on screen now is a lovely little image of the airport, which if you go on Google Street View, in specific places of that Street View, you can see the older Land's End Airport, which you'll see now, and you'll also see the new one. It looks fantastic. I was really happy to find that. But as you can see, the detailing on Superspud's version with the extra foliage and the extra walls around the perimeter of the airport. The K9, West Wind's K9 centre doesn't really mimic the real one in Superspuds, but again, these little details. But you can see that a bit more here now. You can see the Freeware version down below has these lovely stone walls surrounding the hotel, I believe it is, to the left. You can also see it's more enclosed and more kind of, I don't know, realistic in the Freeware version. I don't know what you think. Certainly the car park looks better in the UK updated one. This outside image was hard to achieve. I couldn't really line these up well, unfortunately, mainly because they're probably in different positions, the signs. The texture on the sign on the UK updated version is far more superior. The weathering and just the dirt on it looks fantastic. That being said, there is more things on the Freeware version. The Skybus engineering is present on there, and they're both fantastic. They're really, really well done. The fact that there's this level of detail in the Freeware as well. Outside, you can see what I meant by the different sizing of the terminal buildings and all the other buildings. The UK updated version seems to be longer, I'd imagine more true to life, the scale of it. Also the texturing on the walls and the colour of the walls matches the real life terminal building. Again, Superspuds is really fantastic. This has been out for a lot longer. He's done a really amazing job on making the terminal building look like the real one. But again, realism goes to the UK updated version. The texturing is a slight bit better. But in the next montage image, we will be going inside the building, and you'll love this. Look at this. Superspud's version, the texturing is far more superior inside. I mean, okay, we're talking about interior. If you're doing flights, you're not going to go in there, but you will see into the interior, and it all adds up, doesn't it? The UK updated version is more true to life. It looks like the real terminal inside, but Superspud has done a fantastic job with the texture on the walls and the floor. Look at the brickwork on the left hand side of the Freeware version down below there. It looks really, really good. Not so much on the UK version, but again, both look fantastic. You won't go wrong with either. Detailing so far goes to Superspud with just that extra amount of objects and polish to it. I believe I think, in my opinion. You can see the I believe it's called Western Rocks Coffee here. I believe that's what it's called. You know, the Freeware version, you can see those cakes and beverages in the fridges in the background there. They look fantastic even from this distance. The flooring and the texturing and the chairs are more true to life in the UK updated version. But again, both look great, don't they? Superspud's version makes me hungry to go inside, so that's why I'm keeping it a safe distance here to not get too close to those lovely cakes and pastries in there. But as you can see, I think the window texture and rather get me words out, looks better on the one above. The fire station here looks fantastic in either version. Again, you can see the difference in the size of the buildings. The UK updated version 1 is more true to life. The building looks a bit more sharper. Certainly the roofing and sort of the joints between the roof and the walls look better on the one above. Superspud's one though has amazing little details like the open doors and the fact that you can see the fire engine just popping out there. All adds to the realism. Both have baggage carts, but Superspuds has actual baggage on them. They're not empty, which again, realism, the details that Superspud put into his scenery are matching a one made by a team of many. Now we can see a better little pan and shot across the tarmac. Again, hard to get this shot with different factors in place, but you'll see, I think the window textures and the PBR is a bit more well implemented on the UK version. But again, there's more detail in Superspuds, more fencing and more objects, vehicles for example. This is where it gets interesting because you can see those lovely custom twin otters here with the sky van liveries on, which do make the real flight. So, you know, that looks absolutely fantastic. The interior of the hangars in Superspuds is amazing. The hangars are more true to life in the UK updated version once again. As I keep on saying, they are true to scale and look like the real ones. Just on the front view here of the open hangars, you've got to love those twin otter aircraft inside those hangars that Superspud put in. They look fantastic. I really love them. Again, both look amazing. I'd give this to Superspud purely because of those aircraft with the real life liveries on them and the detail inside those hangars. The fuel depot in both sceneries looks fantastic. The texturing on the floor with like the moisture and the dirt and the weather and all looks great in both. You can see the West Wind kennels, the dog kennels in the background, looks more true to life in the UK version up above, but again, you know, it's not part of the airport. Do we need it? It just adds to the realism. Again, can't take my eyes off those twin otter aircraft inside those hangars. Are really well done to Superspud. Just a close look at the back of the fuel depot, just over those dog kennels. Again, you can see that those kennels buildings, if you go into Google Maps, you will see you can't get a good image. You have to actually look from the road further back, but they do match the real life versions, those in the UK version. But with that being said, you've got that lovely brick wall, and for me the texturing looks better on the UK updated version around the grassy areas and obviously the buildings. But again, it may be getting a bit too picky on my behalf, but really I love the Freeware one. I love this little top-down shot I've been able to achieve here. You can see the difference in the texturing of the taxiways, the apron and the runway. Got to give this to the UK updated version though, because it is more realistic. So does the car park as well, with the white markings to separate each individual car I mean. But again, both are fantastic. Superspud should be really proud of the work he's done to get Land's End looking like the real one, and with him being a team of one or maybe two with Scale 300 actually. This shot was quite hard. I do a turn on the last minute, but this is purely just to show you a bit more closer, going into kind of a zoom in effect inside into the apron area. Again, both look fantastic. Superspud looks more alive and just more detailed. Looks fantastic. This is a lovely close-up shot that I was able to achieve of the control tower. Superspuds has an interior with all those lovely little Easter eggs in there, but again, the realism factor goes to the UK updated version. That being said, Superspuds has all those lovely antennas and extra detail around the rim of the building itself, the top roof and edge. Both look fantastic. I do love Superspuds for the extra detail inside though. And obviously I will be showing you the night lighting, which you can see now. The airport doesn't have any night operations, so there wouldn't necessarily be any lights inside the control tower, which is a lovely little touch on both sceneries. Superspuds does glow up a bit more due to the terminal lighting down below, lighting outside on the patio of the cafe and inside the terminal building, which we will see in just a moment. But both look fantastic actually. I can't really say any more than that. And as you can see, the lighting on the UK updated version is probably more realistic due to it not having any night operations, and that would be just a security light in the terminal building. Superspuds is more lit up. It still looks fantastic. I love the spotlights, the apron lights on Superspuds, which aren't present in the UK updated version, as you can see. So that's a big one for me. They would probably be on in the night for night workers and obviously security purposes. So that's another big thumbs up for me on the Freeware version. This shot further back, you'll see the hangers on the Freeware version on Superspuds are again more lit up inside as well. Again, I can imagine this is true to life when the hangars are open for any night workers working on aircraft or maintenance. Again, both look fantastic, the car park area and also the terminal. Zooming across, you can see the lighting on the Freeware version extends further out towards the West Winds car park on the right. It also extends a bit further to the fuel depot and again, as I say, the hangars. The terminal building probably a bit too bright for my liking on the Freeware version, but again, that's me being picky on that side because there's no night operations. But both are fantastic. Bit more lighting on the Freeware version in points, but again, you can't go wrong with either of these sceneries. They're both fantastic. And then the last shot of the night lighting, you can see the twin otter there getting illuminated from those security lights. And Superspud's car park on the left there, there's more lighting spotlights on it, which looks great. Both look fantastic. I can't really fault either one. In my opinion, I would be more inclined with Superspuds. I just think it's fantastic, and I do like to support him. He's done a real great job on this one. So that was a comparison of Land's End Airport from the newest UK update from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 versus the Superspud freeware, which you can download off FlightSim.to. It's the one that I'm showing right now. What do you guys think? This was requested by a good few of you guys for me to do, so I went ahead and did it and just mixed it up a bit with some new before and after split screen and montages. So I hope you did enjoy it. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I'm more inclined to go with the Superspud version, which you can see in front of you. As I said, it has things that the Asobo version doesn't have. There's more details, like subtle details, like for instance the fire engine popping out of its building there, as you can see behind the TDM in the background over there. You've got the lovely Skybus twin otters in the open hangars as well. The hangars may not resemble the true to life ones, but they do have those custom twin otter models which look absolutely fantastic, and they've got the real Skybus liveries on there as well. The runway elevation, the whole airport elevation is a lot better than the UK updated version. So and lots more. There's sort of things to and fro with this one. The textures on the Asobo version, in my opinion, are just that more crisp and better. That said, there is textures on Superspuds that rival the one made by a bigger team. That's one thing I would mention, is you have a massive team working on these airports versus the freeware creators, maybe one or maybe even one or two, or some that are helping each other, and that's fantastic. I really love that. Just one thing to point out, if you do want to go with Superspud's version, you will need to go into your content manager within the simulator on the menu screen. Just in the search box at the top, type in Land's End and you will see the Asobo Land's End Airport. Just select that and delete it, and it will then put it into not installed, so you won't lose it. If you did want to go back, you can just go back in and reinstall it. But if you do end up having both Superspuds in your Superspuds freeware in your community folder and the Asobo version installed, it will conflict. It won't necessarily crash your simulator. You'll just see the scenery doubled up, and you'll see both sceneries at the same time, which can look odd. So again, what do you think? Leave it down in the comments below. Which one do you prefer after seeing this video? I hope I did well in showing you both versions. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and please consider subscribing to the Practically Geek channel for more videos just like this. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.
Another 212, you make a left turn there now.
Another 212. Another 212, we're ready for approach now, and I request vectors via fuel company approach.